Warning to all PlayStation 3 Oblivion Game of the Year owners. Be warned that the Game of the Year edition has a serious glitch, and as a result, it is impossible to cure vampirism. This only affects PS3 Game of the Year owners. If you are using an original copy of Oblivion, there is no glitch. Xbox 360 and PC owners are free of the glitch as well. For additional information about this glitch and vampirism, please visit uesp.net. One of the more interesting things you can do in Oblivion is become a vampire. You can do this right from the beginning of the game. As you can see, I'm right outside of the city dungeon, the starting point, if you will. Now, in order to become a vampire, you have to contract the disease. There are two ways to do this: through the quest in the Dark Brotherhood, or by fighting vampires themselves. The best place I've found to contract the disease is a place called the Barren Cave, just west of Shadenhall, on the Blue Road, right as it forks on the north. All you have to do is travel to Shadenhall, and then follow the road due west. I've arrived at the fork, and as you can see, it's marked with a pond to the left, and waterfalls, and stairs leading up the hill to the right. Right here. It's real easy to find. Just at the top of the steps, you'll find the cave entrance. You might want to save your game before going into the cave, because vampires aren't exactly the easiest enemies to deal with in Oblivion. Once you're inside the cave, receiving the disease is very simple. All you have to do is engage in melee combat with any of the vampires inside. It's crucial that you don't outright kill them, because in order to contract the disease, you have to be physically damaged, not by a spell, but with a sword or an arrow. Because of this, if you also block their attacks, you won't have any opportunity to contract the disease. Once you've received the message, you have contracted porphyric hemophilia. It means that you've caught the vampire's disease. Once you've reached this point, there's absolutely no need to hang around the vampires. You can finish them off or run. The goal is to simply contract the disease. That's all you need to become a vampire. Now, if you're anything like me and become overly engrossed in combat, then you'll have missed the message of whether or not you were successful in being infected. There's more than one way to keep track of this, but one of the most effective ways is to go into the menu under Magic. On the far right tab for active effects, you can see all the status ailments which are augmenting your current capabilities. If you have successfully contracted porphyric hemophilia, it will show up as a negative effect of draining fatigue by 5 points. At this point in time, after contracting porphyric hemophilia, if you wish to back out on becoming a vampire, all you have to do is go to any chapel and pray at an altar of the 9. This will cure you of all your status ailments. Once you've contracted the disease, you have to wait 3 days for the virus to take your body. This can be done in a number of ways. You can use the wait command for 3 days, you can sleep in a bed, or you can continue to play the game for 3 in-game days. However, after you've passed the 72-hour mark, you have to sleep in a bed in order for the disease to take your body. The wait command does not work. A bed must be used. For this reason, I suggest after finishing in the Barren Cave, returning to Shadenhall.
I do have a bed available. What?
After the full 72 hours have passed, and you sleep in a bed, it doesn't matter how long you sleep for, 1 hour or 24 hours. Once you wake up, you'll receive a message about someone who was sleeping that was attacked by a vampire, and you'll find out that it was yourself. At this point, you will have actually become a vampire. When you look at your character again, you will see a distinct difference from before and after. Namely, you will look older, and your eyes will now be red. As a vampire, you always have 100% resistance to all diseases and paralyzation. You also gain bonuses to specific skills and attributes. Your acrobatics, athletics, destruction, hand-to-hand, illusion, mysticism, and sneak skills will gain a bonus. Your attributes of strength, willpower, and speed will also gain a bonus. How much of a bonus is based upon how long you go without feeding on another human being for blood. If you have fed within the first 24 hours, you gain a bonus of 5 to each of the skills and attributes mentioned, and a 5% resistance to normal unenchanted weapons. On the second day, you will gain 10. On the third day, 15, and on the fourth day, 20. However, there are negative elements. With each day that passes, you will also become weaker to fire and sunlight. Also, just so you know, sunlight damage is measured by HP per second that you will lose for being in the sun. On the first day, you have a 20% weakness to fire and 0 damage from sun. This is the closest you can get to being a normal human being after becoming a vampire. On the second day, you have a 30% weakness to fire, and sunlight damage is increased to 1. Third day, 40% and 4. Fourth day, 50% and 8. By the time you reach day 4, you have become a 100% full-fledged vampire. However, this also makes other people not want to talk to you.
You won't get any of my blood. Stay away from me.
For this reason, there are several abilities that you gain by the day from being a vampire. On day 1, you gain the ability of Hunter's Sight, which is a lesser power, and it gives you Night Eye for 30 seconds, and to detect life for 100 feet for 30 seconds as well. This is also the only vampire power that can be used over and over every day. The second ability that you gain is the Vampire Seduction, which allows you to charm people 50 points for 20 seconds. This move is crucial if you wish to stay a vampire and still be able to sell your goods to people, as it doesn't matter who you talk to unless it's a guard. All people are scared of you and won't engage in conversation. The third move that you gain is Reign of Terror, which silences enemies for 20 feet for 60 seconds and demoralizes up to level 6 for 60 seconds. Finally, the last power that you gain is Embrace of Shadows. It gives you Night Eye for 90 seconds, and it grants invisibility for 180 seconds. This skill can most commonly be used to simply disappear whenever you're in a situation that's over your head. Well, that's just about everything you need to know about how to become a vampire and the bonuses of being one. The only thing left to mention is that in order to suck blood, you have to do it on people who are sleeping. I would also like to thank all the people who commented on the original version of this video and pointed out all of my mistakes so that I could go back and correct them. Thanks for watching, and I hope that the video was helpful.